Hi everybody, my name is Sean O'Kane with Chip Estimate TV. We're here at GTC 2011 in Santa Clara, California. My guest today is Jim Hogan, managing partner of Vista Ventures. It's a VC firm. And if there's one person that knows about important trends, it's Jim Hogan. So thank you for being here. Global Foundries made an announcement that they're expanding their efforts in MEMS, which is micro electromechanical systems. That's easy for me to say. Yeah. And they want to be the leader in MEMS by 2015. Why is that important?
Well, let's start back. You know, MEMS devices are the real sensors of the real world. Okay, so as we go mobile, for example, if you want to do dead reckoning on your phone, you don't use GPS or satellite. The MEMS will allow you to do that. And so what we're seeing is MEMS devices and all kinds of consumer apps, specifically phones, accelerometers, kind of distance and things like that. Also, in things that still use disk drives, so when you drop the drive, it stops the drive. Gyroscopes, so it knows what positions it's in.
Right.
So integrating, first, building MEMS devices has been something that's been going on for a long time, but the design and the manufacturing of MEMS were closely coupled, like an old IDM. In other words, like semiconductors were. So what's happening with global and other commercial foundries allowing MEMS production, we can see a fabless MEMS industry be created. Now, MEMS has been the domain of PhDs, and so a lot like EDA and a lot like analog, if you go back 25 years ago, we got to bring the capability of designing MEMS and manufacturing MEMS to practitioners, guys that aren't PhDs. Nothing wrong with not being a PhD, by the way, right. But if you really want to get the masses going, you got to make it, the design enablement and the manufacturing has to occur. So MEMS is real important because it's a sensor to the real world for things like, motion.
Well, and the Wii unit that technology, the MEMS technology is huge.
Yeah, because you're sensing the movement.
Right.
Printer hits, displays, like video displays, large video displays, and the drivers and things for that. These are all MEMS devices. The other place that I don't think people realize, they have lots of MEMS devices in their cars, right? Because that accelerometer is the thing that gets the airbag to ignite. So as cars need increasingly more active rather than passive safety systems, you'll see a lot more deployment of MEMS as well in automotive drivetrains and things.
Cool. Is there anything else that you saw or heard today? Interesting announcements? Any trends? Hot trends?
Well, I mean, MEMS has been steadily kind of growing into the mainstream. There's companies out here like Coventor, for example, has an excellent MEMS program that is integrated with Cadence's Virtuoso. That doesn't say they couldn't do it with somebody else, but you take a layout tool like Virtuoso, you take their MEMS solution and a SPICE engine, and it starts to look a lot like the design flow that we're used to. And if the foundry supports that like they do analog, then we'll see fabulous MEMS.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So I noticed that you're just appointed the chairman of the board of Polytita.
Yeah.
Which is they provide a very fast physical verification solution. So when you and I talked last in February at the System C, the NASUG, what you mentioned is you were looking at the SoC realization place beyond in the next 5 years. And you also had a shopping list of under categories of IP sourcing, SoC creation, SoC handoff. And then you said, hey, right now, it's all about the IP.
Yeah.
Question is, how important is VIP to SoC realization?
Oh, well, so if you abstract the design methodology, you typically want to measure behavior, move that measurement into a behavior, a model, have a system or a cockpit where you can do analysis, simulate it, and optimize it. Okay. So if I bring a piece of IP in, I want to know a couple things. I want to know, is it what it purported to be in their data sheet? Okay, not only is it physically there, you know, the gates and the IOs, but does it actually perform the function they said they would?
I get it.
And increasingly, I want to know if it performs the function within parameters of, you know, power, you know, performance in terms of clock rate typically, and area, because that's cost. So you got to have verification IP, and you know, you got to make that really important. But where it's really important, you know, where a first order is in memory, because that's the resource that's most contested for. So there's a lot of traffic there, and the IOs. So from my point of view, for example, I think Cadence is, you know, with Denali is the ideal solution along those lines, right?
Right.
And really focusing on the part that's the biggest. There's lots of headaches, but the biggest headache is getting to the memory and managing that resource. Then, how you interface the IC to the outside world, or in other words, the IOs. So those are two first order problems that I really like to see some verification capability around.
Very cool, very cool. Thank you very much for joining us today,
You're
taking
welcome.
a little bit of time.
I appreciate
Once
it.
again, my guest Jim Hogan, the managing partner of Vista Ventures, which is a VC firm. So if you have a company out there that, you know, you're involved in so many different, it's amazing.
You know, it used to be okay. When I was a kid, being ADD was sort of a handicap. As an adult, being ADD is sort of a blessing, I guess, you know. Okay. So anyway, thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Hogan. My name is Sean O'Kane. We'll see you next time on Chip Estimate TV.